Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Little Chapel of Faith. My name is Tina. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. We have platforms on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. If you're on any of those or all of those, please like, subscribe, share. Did I say Instagram too? If I didn't, Instagram too. We are here with our readings from the Diary of Saint Faustina. There is a playlist on our YouTube channel, so you can catch up if you want to. If not, you can read from where we are. And we are on page 296, number 741. Today I was led by an angel to the chasms of hell. It is a place of great torture. How awesomely large and extensive it is. The kinds of torture I saw the first torture that constitutes hell and the loss of God. The second is perpetual remorse of conscience. The third is the one's condition will never change. The fourth is a fire that will penetrate the soul without destroying it. A terrible suffering, since it is purely a spiritual fire lit by God's anger. The fifth torture is continual darkness and terrible suffocating smell. Despite the darkness, the devils and the souls of the damned we see each other and all the evil, both of others and of their own. The sixth torture is the constant company of Satan. The seventh torture is horrible, despair, hatred of God, vile words, curses, and blasphemies. These are the tortures suffered by all the damned together. But that is not the end of the sufferings. They are special tortures, destined for particular souls. These are the torments of the senses. Each soul undergoes terrible and indescribable suffering, related to the manner in which it has sinned. There are caverns and pits of torture where one form of agony differs from another. I would have died at the very sight of these tortures if the omnipotence of God had not supported me. Let the sinner know that he will be tortured throughout all eternity in those senses which he made use of sin. I am writing this as the command of God, so that no soul may find an excuse by saying there is no hell, or that anybody has ever been there, and so no one can say what it is like. I, Sister Faustina, by the order of God, have visited the abysses of hell so that I might tell all souls about it and testify to its existence. I cannot speak about it now, but I have received a command from God to leave it in writing. The devils were full of hatred for me, but they had to obey me as the command of God. What I have written is but pale a shadow of the things I saw, but I noticed one thing, that most of the souls there are those who disbelieved that there is a hell. When I came to, I could hardly recover from the fright. How terribly souls suffer there. Consequently, I pray even more fervently for the conversion of sinners. I incessantly plead God's mercy upon them. O my Jesus, I would rather be in agony until the end of the world, amidst the greatest sufferings, than offend you by the least sin. My daughter, if I demand through you that people revere my mercy, you should be the first to distinguish yourself by this confidence. In my mercy, I demand from you the deeds of mercy, which are to arise out of love for me. You are to show mercy to your neighbors, always and everywhere. You must not shrink from this or try to excuse or absolve yourself from it. I am giving you 3 ways of exercising mercy toward your neighbor. The first by deed, the second by the word, the third in prayer. In these 3 degrees, it is contained the fullness of mercy and its unquestionable proof of love for me. By this means, a soul glorifies and pays reverence to my mercy. Yes, the first Sunday after Easter is the Feast of Mercy, but there must also be acts of mercy, and I demand the worship of my mercy through the solemn celebration of the feast and through the veneration of the image which is painted. By means of this image, I shall grant many graces to souls. It is to be a reminder of the demands of my mercy, because even the strongest faith is to no avail without works. O my Jesus, you yourself must help me in everything, because you see how very little I am, and so I depend solely on your goodness, O God. I'm going to leave that there because if you're new here, I have the beginnings of cataracts, so some days are a little harder for me to read than others, and today was almost impossible. I probably should have gone to 7:44, but I'm unable. So I don't want to. I don't like reading and it sounds choppy or is not clear, because that's just not going to help anybody to understand. That was as far as this book goes right now at this moment, I think that has to be the most wow experience in the book, I guess. Like, I mean, everything about it, of course, the fact that Jesus speaks to her is, there's nothing to be said. I mean, I could only imagine and be so lucky for that to ever happen, or, any of us. I can't even imagine, but to experience that and to talk about hell being there, and what, she saw, like, I'm probably going to read that over again later. So, yeah, it's just wow. So, but anyway, I guess that's all for today. I also got this in church, and it's the Magnificat, and I use it when I do the rosary at night. I've used the evening prayers as part of that. Once I read the rosary, then I read that from here, and it's really nice. It's a good way, I think, to end the rosary, or at least that's my feeling on it. Anyway, I'm actually gonna do the subscription. This is just a complimentary copy. Our church, which I'm sure a lot of church has, they have just books people leave. I leave my own, but they have books and everything that people leave there, and if you want to read them, you can. And this was happened to be there, and yeah, I was glad I picked it up, because I'm gonna do the subscription to it, so I can keep that as a an extra. So, but that is all for today. I hope you are all having a beautiful day. Be well, be safe, be kind to each other. God bless you all. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.